Do you struggle to accept compliments, or do you have a difficult time even speaking kindly about yourself? I'm Kathy from Raven Vintage, and welcome to the fourth and final week of the Gratitude Collaboration hosted by Cindy A. Lewis and Creating with Jovi. Ladies, thank you so much for the invite to participate. I've had a wonderful time and I've met some really wonderful people. Everything you need to know about the collaboration is listed in the description box below. Each week for 4 weeks, Jovi gave us a prompt, and with gratitude in mind, we invited you into our craft rooms to share both our projects and our thoughts. This week, Jovi really sent me for a twirl. The prompt is, name 3 things you're good at. If you're anything like me, you might find this difficult not only to put into words, but to share it on YouTube. So if you're anything like me, I have a short exercise for you to do that I think you'll find very helpful. I found it very powerful. It was great self-reflection. And if anything, it makes for very good journal prompts. So let's go through the completed project where I used the entire kit from Jovi, and let's talk about that quiz. Oh, and 3 things I think I'm good at. This is my gratitude folio. It's made out of file folders. I'll link the video that shows how I made the base. Everything in here is from Jovi's kit. I have used the freebies as well, and I think I've used every single piece. I'm pretty sure I've used every single piece, and some of them I've used twice, maybe even 3 times. But this is the folio as it is. And I didn't do much of my journaling because it will be personal, so I didn't really want that on video, but I did a little bit. So it opens like this, and I'm just going to show you the folio and go through it. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 things that I am good at. And then later on, we're going to talk about that little quiz I used to help me put this into words so that I could share it with you. So 3 things. The first 2, I know I have many examples with like proven results to say, like whether it was at work or home or in the craft room. And then the last thing, I've been told many times now that I'm good at it. It took a very long time to convince me, but today I'm saying it out loud, which still doesn't feel comfortable, honestly, but I'm coming around. So the first thing is organizing. So whether I am organizing a space or a drawer or a room, even the layout, and or it could be something electronic, I get very energized, I think, from seeing the transformation, whether like to see the before and then to see the after take shape. That is really exciting to me. So organizing is definitely something. I'm not saying I'm a perfectly tidy person, or I don't have like a pristine clean home. I would say I'm pretty normal in that regard. But organizing, yes, I do quite enjoy organizing, and I would say that's definitely one of my strengths. Number 2, streamlining. I know that might seem like a very odd thing to you, but I'm telling you, that has come up so many times in my life, and I thought, it was just a work thing. Streamlining forms or processes or events, that sort of thing, planning events. But you know what? Streamlining, I have a knack for it, and it's about efficiency, and I learned it very early on, and I learned it from my dad. So my dad worked at that time as a plant manager and manufacturing products, and all 5 of us kids worked there in the summer. And actually one of my sisters still works there to this day, and she is now the service manager for Canada. I think that's her title, but that's where I first learned this concept from my dad, and it's stuck with me ever since. And I have to tell you, it's been basically a guiding principle always for me ever since then, since I was like a young teenager. So that is, don't handle an item more than once. So if you're ever doing anything with cost analysis or forms or, oh gosh, I do apply it in the craft room too, and it's kind of hard to put into words how I would apply that, but planning events, running tournaments, that sort of thing, streamlining is definitely, this broke off. I'm going to have to trim that and put this somewhere else. I guess it was in here like that, so I'll have to fix that. But streamlining, that's my number 2. And like I said, it might sound odd, but it makes perfect sense to me, and I know it will make sense to some of you. It's not just about cost analysis, but streamlining, that's one of my strengths. And then number 3, this is the one that this is the one that I am reluctant to say is a strength. And again, this exercise I did definitely has helped me be able to talk about that. But I've been told over the years, here and there, just a sprinkling, at work, oh, you're so good at teaching. So if I was training a new staff member, oh, you're really good. You're really great at teaching. But more recently, doing Raven Vintage, especially on Instagram, the little micro tutorials, the reels that I do, which I have so much fun doing those, I've been told that I'm really good at teaching. And now here on YouTube, I'm being told how much people appreciate my style, my method, the methodology I use, practicality I use in teaching, that it's easy to learn, or I've had a lot of compliments. So when you hear something enough, it's like, okay, well, maybe it's true. Maybe I am good at, at teaching. So I decided to add that. I'm good at other things, but I'm decided to add that one to my list today, specifically for myself, because I think I need that confidence boost, and I think I need to, I guess, convince myself that that is one of my strengths. So here, you can see I've done some journaling in between there, and that's about all I've done so far. It's really light green. It's kind of hard to see, but I can see it. You probably can't see it on here. So those are my 3: organizing, streamlining, and teaching. And interestingly enough, I believe that the first 2, organizing and streamlining, actually contribute to my ability to teach. I will also say that years and years and years of customer service also attributes to that. But yeah, that's definitely teaching is I'm working on accepting that as a strength. And for those of you that have, you know, kind of told me that I am a good teacher, thank you very much. I appreciate that. There's so much journaling space in this folio. It's surprising. I have found lots of ways to add journaling real estate to this folio. So that quiz, interestingly enough, I just taught a junk journal workshop at the place that I worked at. I just retired in September, but I went back to teach this workshop. And the day before the workshop, I went in to set up, and I was walking through the building, and I have to tell you, I was very proud of myself, because when you're working and you see this stuff every day, you kind of don't give it much thought. But to go back and see these things that I haven't seen in a couple of months, things like a banner, like a stand-up tall advertising banner, or exhibit panels in an exhibit that were all, you know, the entire exhibit has panels, all, like, that tells a story. I designed those banners. I designed those panels. The gift shop, that was my brainchild, my idea. I designed the layout, figured that all out, set it up, did the advertising for it. The layout of the reading room, it's in archives where I worked. So the layout of that reading room, it took me about a year to convince my boss there's a better way to do this. And I planned, I organized, I did it on paper. I did like a mock, like, measurements and how it would look. I gave my reasons. I did something similar at another building that I worked at. I pitched it to my boss. I said, I think we should change it this way. I actually even repurposed rooms. So those are things I'm really, really proud of, because as I'm walking through, I was thinking, you know what? My creative touch, or my strengths of organizing and streamlining and all of that, it's going to have a lasting impact. So it's just funny that experience, like, it's one of my proudest moments recently, I have to say, that just happened last week, and that this video is this week. So I just wanted to share that with you. So that quiz, it's really interesting. It's 6 questions, and each question has a little explanation below it. So here's what I invite you to do. Go to the description box, and at the top is going to be the information about the collaboration. And beneath that, I'll separate it quite clearly. Beneath that will be this quiz. And it's 6 questions. You read them, you write out your answers, go back, read what you wrote. Then go back a 3rd time and read it out loud. You will be surprised. The questions are thought-provoking, and it's not just what do you think you're good at. It gives you compelling reasons about these attributes about yourself that you may, you know, like I said, graze over, or you see them all the time and you don't think about it. So that causes you to sit down and put it into words. And then from there, you can wordsmith it, make it pretty, and summarize it however you like. But even if it's not for something like this, just as just for self-reflection, but like I said, they would make really good journal prompts too. So I invite you to check out that quiz, copy it, paste it, do whatever you like. But I invite you to try that. So this is the end of the collaboration. This is the end of my folio. It's done. It's ready. I'm ready to start journaling in here. And thank you so much for following me along the series. And thank you for listening to my things that I think I'm good at. And I can't wait to see everyone else's videos, to see what approach they took, if it was a professional or craft or personal, like things that they're good at. I'm excited to see. And with gratitude in mind, thank you so much, Jovi, for prompting me to do that little self-reflection. It was a very good exercise, so thank you very much. Thank you all, and you take care, and I hope you stick around and watch other videos. Take care now. Bye-bye.